Whenever you're ready, it's ready to go.
I'm ready whenever, because I don't have a big 15-minute long intro this time.
I'm ready.
All right, are we live?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everyone. Welcome back to our second season of the Grasshopper Lies Heavy. This is our campaign that uses the Genesys system. It's a campaign based off of the novel The Man in the High Castle, also the Amazon series of the same name. If you are interested, I do suggest you go ahead and have a listen and a watch to part one. It took place between Christmas and I think the end of March last year. It's a good time. Before we get started, I do want to make my disclaimer, as I usually do for this game. You're going to hear a lot of Heil Hitlers and stuff like that in the game, but remember, it's make-believe, and our players are all on the good side of things here. Just to recap what happened in the last episode. So last season, at the end of the season, Ruth Wolf, now Winters, and Henry Winters, and one Chandra Naidu fermented a rebellion in New York City, and they stymied the GNR, Greater Nazi Reich, celebration of Yar Null. In doing so, they spurred a small rebellion in New York City, saving the Statue of Liberty. At the time this story opens, 3 years have passed. After Yar Null, there was a brief uprising in New York City. It was quickly put down. Adolf Hitler then flew to North America, where he is now situated. Ruth, Henry, Chandra, the Smiths, and the Dietrichs all escaped to the neutral zone. John Smith lives as a recluse in the mountains, though his family has integrated. He's now just starting to come to grips with his past, but his identity remains hidden from everybody except yourselves. You've met the man in the high castle, Hawthorne Abdenson, and you've met his wife, Caroline, and you've become close friends with them. Most of you live within an easy truck drive from each other now in the low mountains. And as the story moves forward, everybody should have sight on Ruth here. If you don't, let me know. As the story moves forward, it is Thanksgiving. The year is 1963. Ruth Wolf is at the end of her shift in the early evening, where she works as a DJ for a neutral zone radio station by the name of Cannon City Radio. And the camera starts panning over the mountains. There's rolling gray clouds. Outside it's a little bit dreary and misty this Thanksgiving evening. And then the scene changes to Ruth Wolf sitting at her chair at the radio station. And Ruth, I'll let you take it away.
So, Ruth sat in an old brown leather chair in the middle of a recording studio. And though the broadcasting instruments were old, they're all well taken care of. And as the sunlight came through the curtains on the west wall, dust particles were clearly seen in the tiny room. Beige walls were mostly obscured by stacks of boxes in front of them, each box labeled alphabetically according to the last name of the artist or band contained within. Tapes upon tapes lay in each box, ready to be picked up and broadcasted to the people of Cannon City and beyond. She was content to continue broadcasting, using her voice as a beacon of light instead of just a tool for propaganda. She still spends most of her time off cultivating more and more music to play on the radio station, wanting to keep it as up-to-date as possible. And her pre-recordings for the evening were done, All the music was queued up, and she knew she was good for the rest of the evening. Ruby red heels matched the lipstick she wore, and a blue boat-neck dress settled just below the knees. She had a mirror in one hand while the other touched up and examined her face. She was tired, but she didn't want to look at this evening. She had people to get home to. The past 3 years had been rewarding, but hard for Ruth. It took many months to get established in Cannon City after her Chandra, Henry, and the others arrived. Henry took a great while to get fully healed, and Ruth had to take it upon herself to find a job quickly. Lucky for her, this small little radio station was just ripe for the taking. Filled with years-old technology, it took much hard work and elbow grease to get the facility up and running. But now she sits proudly in her brown leather chair, headphones on, idly smiling as she looked around all the hard work she had pulled off. She heard the music winding down, sitting back straight up and hovering her hands over the mute button. As she clears her throat, she hits it, ready to do a final broadcast for the evening. You're listening to Cannon City Radio, and as always, I'm your host, Tempest Delight. Before I sign off for the evening, I wanted to offer you some sweet words for the evening. Thanksgiving is a time to be with your loved ones and to be thankful for what you have now. So the world seems bleak sometimes since the lights are low. There's always white spots that illuminate the darkness. Keep a tight hold on those you love this holiday season, and don't forget to tell them that you love them. I will tell you, dear listeners, that I love you, and I will always do so. I'm thankful for each and every one of you in our lives out here in the neutral zone. A place of freedom and light. Let us preserve that and keep that hope alive. Hope for a better future and a better world. It all starts here. Again, this is Tempest Delight, signing off, wishing you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. Now, enjoy the sweet soprano vocals from Doris Day, and don't forget to dream a little dream of me. And with that, she makes sure she hits the mute button. Make sure her pre-recordings are all set up and ready to run. And quickly heads out, locking the door to return home to the bright light for her in this dark time, Henry Winters. And that's all for Ruth.
And as soon as Ruth goes outside, she nearly runs into the night manager at the station, and he has a young man with him. Oh, Ruth, you're certainly in a hurry here. You look down, and you know him as Jim Hastings. He's the night manager here. Just swinging by. I was just swinging by. I have some new talent here. We're going to put on late night radio tonight. If you're hanging out with some friends and families, you might have a listen. Maybe around 8 o'clock.
And Ruth seems a bit taken aback at that as Jim comes up, but she puts on a very wide smile as she sees him. It's nice to see you, Jim, and sorry, your name is? She'll turn to the new face.
Yeah, kind of looking around. My name's Steve, but here in Cannon City, they call me Little Stevie. Pleasure to meet you, young lady. And he holds out his hand. Obviously, he's blind.
She takes his hand and shakes it firmly. And it's very nice to meet you, Stevie. You can call me Hildegard.
13 years old, Ruth. 13.
My
you don't
goodness.
find a phenom like this in the GNR.
No, you do not. It's quite a miracle that you found someone else to work here. I know it's a bit hard.
Well, the upside is he's 13, Ruth. I don't have to pay him.
Of course. And she puts a hand on his shoulder. I'm looking forward to hearing you tonight, little Stevie.
Oh, shucks, Miss Winters. Yeah, you'll be listening around 8 o'clock, and hopefully you'll be tickled pink.
I know I will. you both have a good evening and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, Miss Winters.
She waves to the both of them, again patting Stevie on the shoulder. And she'll make her way off, heading home to Henry and to friends.
You head out after the radio station. As you shut the door, a little bell rings, and you see your old Dodge truck here. And next door, or from across the street from the general store, you see a blonde lady, very attractive, and she's carrying a paper bag. Sticking out of it is like a French loaf of bread. This lithe figure picks up the hems of her skirts and waits for the truck to pass before running across the creek. Before running across the street. Ruth, hey, how are you?
Ruth turns as she's about to open her truck, seeing Francis, and she starts beaming. It's been, assuming, a few months since she has had her hands full. And she runs over to Francis and embraces her in a hug. It's lovely to see you so early, Francis.
You too. Of course, I'm running late. I still have to go home and get fixed up for this evening, but we will be at your house. That's around 6 o'clock, yeah?
Of course. Do you want me to drop you off there?
I'm going to go home, put on some makeup. I tell you what, though, Ruth, what would help, the only reason I am in town is because Alan forgot the bread, so he kind of shoves the French loaves into your bosom and says, take these home. I'll send Alan up ahead, and I'll go home and get fixed up first.
Ruth continues to laugh at the haste that Francis seems to be in. Of course. We'll make sure to have it on the table for both of you when you arrive.
Okay. Very well, Ruth. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Of course. You too as well, Francis. Just make sure to be there by 6.
And she walks down the street, no doubt, on other errands. And you go ahead and step into your car. And I'll let you kind of RP what the drive home looks like.
Yeah, Ruth hops into the car, takes a couple times to get the motor running, to get it to turn over. Finally, she hears the rough humming of the truck. She looks around before pulling it off the curb and starting her drive home. It's been a bit of a complicated life being in Cannon City now. But seeing the just amount of happiness that's now in this area, less stress being here, and finally having some peace and quiet with Henry. It's been a wonderful experience for her, and she gets a little bit lost in kind of that memory of it, just enjoying the drive home. She turns on the radio, her radio station. She hums along to the music as it plays as she heads home, tapping away at the steering wheel and looking out towards the mountainside, still admiring the view. Even though she's lived here for the past few years, it's still taking her breath away a bit every time she's seen it.
And the scene fades as she motors off down the road into the mountains. Every once in a while you hear ping as the truck backfires. That's no thing, Ruth. Is heading home. You're preparing a meal for friends. Here's how Cannon City and the environs are laid out. But now we're going to several hours earlier.
De gaieté dans ses yeux, une esprit merveilleux qui donnait le trésor.
All right. The scene changes, and we are probably sometime in the early morning, and they no doubt have some hunting gear on, but you see the handsome form first of Henry Winters stalking through the woods with a rifle slung over his shoulder, and next to him is a bearded man with dark hair and flecks of gray within it. And they are doing a little bit of hunting this morning for this Thanksgiving meal. And I'll let the two of you take it away.
Henry, as he gets to where they're at, wiping his brow. It's definitely pretty country around here.
Ja, not as dreary as where I once was. Bit more sunlight, but the mountains are there.
I can't say I missed the city one bit. Or the south. It's too hot there.
Where did you say you were from again, Henry? Were you from the south or elsewhere?
Elsewhere. Not too far away from where the Germans dropped the atomic bomb. Luckily, I wasn't there.
Richter would nod and yeah, unfortunate such things were used. He whisked a cigarette to his mouth, and so we expect there should be something worth hunting out in this range.
Well, old Walter said he saw some turkeys out this way. I was hoping that we get that. Anything else that's the unfortunate circumstance to step in front of us.
My aim is not what it once was, but perhaps I can still hit a turkey.
Now the trick is shooting them before they come after you. Angry little birds. Angry for something so small and tasty.
That would appear to be some of the best foods. The animals with the fight in them. Those are the ones that are worth eating.
Ain't that the truth? He kind of scans the horizon. Oh, but I haven't seen one yet. Do you have any turkeys back when you're from? Or anything of the equivalent?
We were far too busy back then to worry about hunting turkeys. Any foods that came up, we had it. Mostly brought bread and water.
Oh, yeah. I know that diet. Well, here's to eating better than that now.
To a nice meal of bread, water, meat, and cheeses. And schnapps, perhaps, as well.
Oh, definitely schnapps. At the very least. I kind of smile at him. Well, he kind of looks around. I don't see much of nothing.
All right. Can you guys both give me either stealth or survival rolls? Now, Ghost, you've played Genesys before, right?
I have.
Okay. All right, the way I have the macro is a little bit different than probably other people. It just kind of steps you through the dice pool. So the only thing you'll have to do, unless you want to spend a strain or something like that, which you might not want to on this, is just for RP. You pick average difficulty, and then just it steps you through the dice pool, and you're done.
Okay,
So-
no setbacks or anything.
Nope. Richter. I'll give you a boost on your next roll there, Henry. But Richter, how do you stop them as you kind of stealth go forward? And you're on the left side of a stream, and up ahead of you through the brush, you hear.
Yeah, Richter, he holds out a hand as if he might be directing a squad, perhaps. He says, "Wait, Henry." A motion with his hands. Do you hear that?
Henry, seeing the hand come up, recognized it immediately, would stop. Oh, seems you found some Corey.
Yeah. One of the little devils there. I believe through the trees.
Well, you found it. It's your kill. How do you want to go about it?
Nein, my friend. This is going to be a Thanksgiving held at your Lebensraum. You should do the honors.
Alright, I guess I'll circle over a little bit and see if I get a clean shot on it without spooking them.
I'll keep mine eyes on it, in case it slips through your fingers.
Yeah, so at the very least, I'm going to get one of them.
So the biggest turkey is kind of partially behind a tree, and so you're going to add one setback to your roll, but you're going to also have time to aim, so you can add a free boost.
Alright, so that's 2 boosts.
One
Yeah.
boost, one setback, I think.
One boost, one setback. Yep.
Got it.
Richter will also be aiming, just in case Henry misses. He'll try to get a follow-up shot. But we'll hold on that, see what happens.
Alright, what'd you say the difficulty was again?
Average.
Gotcha.
And you should have a hunting rifle, both of you now.
Is considered light or heavy weaponry?
There should be a token. It says hunting rifle or macro. I think the rifle might be. I can't remember if it's heavy or light. Actually, I have to look it up again. That's a miss.
This it is. Off to a good start here, Bo.
You can pass a boost to him.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
So
I get one for aiming as well.
yeah, you can spend strain. You can spend strain if you want to. Even if you really, really want to get this turn.
No, I think we'll just rely on the 2 boost.
Right.
9.
They all scatter. You don't get that really big one, but the scene does shift, and you guys are now discussing your blown hunt. Henry's chopping wood, and Richter, you're off to the side. You have like 3 or 4 little hen turkeys that you're defeathering, and I'll let you RP that for a little bit. Cancel chore.
Someone reload that save point.
Reset. Oh no. So yeah, so Henry's sitting there chopping woods. He's wincing a little bit every time he does, but feels good doing it. You know, one of those things that he took advantage before of being able to move around freely. Damn shame. Thought we had it. He was a big one too.
Well, if we traded quality for quantity, it would not be the first time such a trade was made. I'm sure that Ruth will understand.
Yeah. It's slim pickings anyways up this mountain, it seems like today anyways. I didn't see much of nothing running around as he swings the hammer down to split another log.
Such as it is, this day started out quite comfortable, slowly starting to become a bit dreary.
Well, hopefully even though it's not what we expected, it's still being some cheer to our old souls here and, provide some nourishment at least. All's for naught.
I imagine it will serve just as fine as a feast.
Let's just hope everybody else brought some good trimmings.
Richter will nod and go back to defeathering.
Henry will kind of stop chopping for a minute and reach in his pocket and take one of his pain pills. Quite a bit of wood here. Set one up to go ahead and chop again.
Do you want to switch tasks? You feeling the aches of pain again?
Well, as much as my body's telling me not to go ahead and take you up on your offer, I kind of like still being able to do it, if you know what I mean.
Take it from an old man, Henry. Take your rest when you can get it. When you get to my age, just getting out of bed begins to hurt.
I'm looking forward to that, let me tell you. That's what the schnapps is for, though, right?
Schnapps can only cure so much pain.
I understand there. And if it could cure it all, it'd definitely be I wouldn't be sober all the time, that's for sure.
Truly, though, Henry, if you wish to take a moment, I still have enough strength in my own back to split a few logs.
Oh, I got the feeling that at some point it's going to get cold enough and I'm going to need more wood than I can chop. I'm going to have to ask you for help, and I'd like to save my favorite. Good smirk.
Very well. Look back to the defeathering.
I just keep chopping away.
Yeah, the scene closes as the camera pans down onto the fowl, which are less than impressive, and it fades out as we bounce back to that evening as Ruth is driving up in her car. And as Ruth drives up in her car, you can see Richter and Henry out on the front porch, taking a smoke, maybe having a glass of whatever their liquor of choice is. And Ruth, as you pull up, you see warm light spilling out of the house onto the lawn of your mountainside home. From the inside, you smell smells of bread and freshly cooked food. You can hear hearty laughter coming from inside, and then you see these two gentlemen out on the front porch enjoying themselves.
And Ruth pulls up and turns off the truck. She leans over and grabs the bundle of bread that Francis said had given her earlier before heading out. And she makes her way up to the porch. She smiles over at Henry, sitting on the porch enjoying himself. Goes over to him and takes the smoke out of his mouth and leans down, giving him a kiss. Evening.
Oh, aren't you a welcome sight?
I hope I always am. How was your day? You get a large turkey for tonight?
Well, we got a few turkeys, but
A few?
nothing big. We dropped the ball on that one.
Well, that's okay. Only things that matters is we'll all be together today.
Exactly. And that's what I look forward to most.
Well, Ruth smiles to Henry before looking at Richter. Will you be joining us, Richter?
Of course, Mrs. Wolf. It would be my pleasure.
You can just call me Ruth.
I fall back onto old habits when I refer to Fraulein's. Of course, Ruth. I would be joining, Ja, if you would have me.
Of course. Why wouldn't we?
Yeah, you're definitely always welcome.
Did you get everything prepared? Is there anything you need me to do, Henry?
I think everything is almost about covered. I mean, I see you brought the bread that Alan was supposed to bring, but
I ran into Francis when I was in town, so she shut these in my arms before heading home.
well, all for naught. Still, they're here, and the bread's here now.
Oh my god, I need a faster car at some point.
Yeah, well, it works, but definitely needs some improvement. Look over at it.
Oh, maybe we can save up and get something a bit better soon, huh?
You mean like a horse?
Yeah, it will go faster.
If you would like, I could take a look at the vehicle. I was a mechanic for some time.
Oh, she'll look over at Richter. That would be honestly very wonderful. Thank you.
Of course. I could take a look at it perhaps after dinner. Wouldn't want to bring dirty hands onto the table.
Nine. We can do it sometime tomorrow. Tonight we just enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
Sure, good.
No use going spoiling a good evening with work.
She nods before she takes her thumb and licks it before kind of wiping off Henry's mouth, noticing that she left a bit of a lipstick stain. Now, when you two are done, I'll be inside.
Oh, yes, I imagine it's about time we went in as well. He'll kind of finish his drink. What do you say, Richter? You ready to eat some food?
Ja, it's been a long day. It will be good to put something in my stomach.
Now, that is an idea I can get behind. It'll be the second best thing that happened to me today. Look at Ruth. The obvious being first.
She colors a bit and pushes on his shoulder. Oh, stop it, you.
You'll smirk. Well, after you guys. Pick back a cigarette that Ruth put out of his mouth. I'll finish this and be right in.
Ruth gives a nod before heading inside with the bread in one hand.
Stars shining bright above you. Night breezes seem
And as you guys walk in, that warm light from inside
birds singing.
envelops you as you see the radio in the corner gently playing music from Cannon City Radio. Inside, already kind of circling the table, you see all your friends from town. The Dietrichs are there. both the Abdinsons, and they kind of stand up. Hi! Welcome, welcome. Who am I to welcome you back into your own house, though? Come on, Henry, Richter, Ruth. Have something to eat.
Of course,
See-
of course.
Thomas Smith is there as well. He has become quite the handyman around the studio, Ruth, kind of helping fix the equipment every once in a while. Thomas was kept under lock and key for so many years in the neutral zone. He's really thriving. Though most of his family are kind of recluses, he's ingratiated himself to you guys and is more than helpful around the house.
And Ruth makes her way around the table, giving everyone a kiss on each cheek. And she gets to Thomas, does the same, and ruffles his hair. It's good to see you this evening, Thomas.
You too, Mrs. Winters. Is there anything you need help with?
No, just maybe getting some of the alcohol from the other room. She looks to Francis. I'm surprised you got here so fast.
Well, I decided I didn't need makeup after all. I went straight here. After all, I can't miss your pumpkin pie, Ruth.
Of course. So you make me carry the bread. I see how it is.
This is my only third Thanksgiving since I've been here, and I've grown to love it, although she kind of looks down at her stomach, which is slightly pregnant. Also, my waistline, I do not think is tolerating it so well.
Well, I think that someone else might be pleased with what you're having this evening.
Alan is smoking a cigarette and weighs a glass of, looks to be a bourbon. He's taken a liking to the Kentucky bourbon. I haven't had it in the fatherland for so long. And here's to the future, all of you. Kind of raises his glass.
And Ruth will put down the bread and find her own glass, raising it to the rest of the table before taking a drink herself.
Yeah, Henry would, of course, clamor for his Kentucky bourbon. Salute.
Richter raises his glass as well. Okay, thank you. Take a sip.
As you all kind of make merry and make small talk, the drinks flows, wine is poured, and there are lots of laughs had. Eventually, Caroline goes to the kitchen and comes out with the main course. 3 pretty pitiful-looking birds. She makes a joke about it, but says that we're thankful this day, even for this. Richter and Henry, we know you did your best.
Well, everything happens for a reason. I think this time is to show that good company's more in place for the season than lots of.
True, and it's also good that we have a lot of bread.
Yes, and lots of bread.
I would have to blame Henry for our misfortune. An old man, it should be expected the younger man can make his shot.
Of course.
Shrugs.
Well, he was staring me down pretty harshly. I got a little scared there, I think.
I know, it's very intimidating going against those big turkeys. I'm glad you survived it.
Dangerous creatures. Perhaps the most dangerous creatures in the West.
I think so.
I think they maim people by the hundreds.
If not thousands.
I kind of smile.
You're lucky to get out alive.
Yeah. He got distracted by this reflection of the water, I think.
Ah, good. It's the only thing more scary to a turkey than a human is another turkey.
Exactly. Like we ought to get a dog next time and really show the beast what's what.
Are you saying we can get a dog finally?
Well, I've been thinking about it. I think it's a great idea.
I think so too. I mean, we need at least one set of feet paddling about this place.
Yes. And kind of, you nervous to smile.
Ruth gives a little bit of a bittersweet smile towards Francis before looking back to everyone else.
Well, what are we waiting for? We gotta get this feast moving. And he'll look at Hawthorne. Do you care to take us to the promised land here so we can eat this bird?
De partie n'importe où.
Absolutely. And
En chantant
Hawthorne kind of stretches out his hands as everybody gathers around the table to say grace.
des mots doux.
But it's your house, Henry.
Petit rien
I'd rather you say grace here. I think it'd be good luck.
Sometimes it's hard to find the words, but I could try.
Well, with a bird like this, maybe a few words are better. I'm hungry.
les passants.
I assure you, you're gonna walk away hungry as well, unless you like bread. And he'll smile.
Et si bon.
As my wife said, I'm thankful for everything this day. Even 3 birds here that look like chickens that have scurvy.
Well, I guess. And he'll kind of go in and grab Bruce and Victor's hands. Well, dear Heavenly Father, thank you for these morsels for us to eat. We are grateful, even if they are not as big as we need.
Les passants dans la rue.
And thank you for the company.
Bras dessus, bras dessous.
And he'll kind of give a squeeze
Chantant des chansons.
Ruth's hand there.
Je laisse preuve.
And Ruth opens an eye. She had them closed before and looks at him and gives him a small smile. Amen.
All right, all don't eat too quick now. Give you indigestion with all this food.
Mink coats.
Amen, Thomas says.
Des bijoux.
There, of course, is more than these birds here. There's more than the bread. There's some sweet potato casserole, some cranberry sauce, all the normal fixings you would expect from any Thanksgiving, not just the Thanksgiving in the neutral zone. And again, the drinks flow, and almost as if the prayers were answered,
Quelqu'un qui pourrait m'aider.
there's an interruption in the radio, and you hear a beep, beep. We pardon this interruption for Cannon City Radio for an important news update. And you hear the voice of little Stevie. Well, I suspected all of you thinking you were going to listen tonight to my new hit single, but I have some more important news for you all. Good evening, Cannon City. Good evening, Neutral Zone. This is little Stevie, and I give my many apologies for interrupting your turkey and stuffing, but I'll be brief. And I know this is information you'll want to hear. Now, I'm going to take a dramatic pause, like I'm bringing in a chorus, and I'm going to say, GNR Public Radio has just announced that the Fuhrer is dead. That's right. Adolf motherfucking Hitler is dead. That son of a bitch breathes no more and is going to rot away like the rest of us. Now, the details surrounding his death are hazy, and we all know we can't trust those motherfuckers in the GNR press, but we have much to be thankful for this day and every day. God bless you and your family, and God bless America. May we live to see the day that it stands again united. Little Stevie signing off. Enjoy the music and your Thanksgiving meal.
Henry, upon hearing that, he goes wide-eyed. He kind of looks around the table like if he didn't hear it. As it keeps talking, it sinks in. He stands up and immediately goes grab the bottle of the nice whiskey. Well, I think we have cause for another toast.
Mein Gott, I can't believe it. This is almost a Thanksgiving miracle in a way.
And it is. We're ready to start pouring drinks for everybody.
Yeah, Richter will hold out his glass and coughing. Ja, this news is disheartening for the future.
Ruth? Oh, no, sorry, go ahead.
As Henry just said, that I agree with.
Ruth will be wearing a smile on her face, but she's gonna look over towards Francis and then Alan, just to see their reaction.
They're just smiling at each other, and Alan's raising his glass. There, we knew this would always happen. There will come a day. Ha ha! Finally, my little one can be raised in peace. And puts his left hand on Francis's belly. She smiles sweetly at him and gives him a kiss. Same thing with Hawthorne and his wife Caroline. They actually stand up, and you can hear their stools scoot across the hardwood floor as they saunter out onto the dance floor and start to dance. Come on, join us!
Ruth gets up and she puts down her drink, taking Henry by the hand.
Oh, you want to feel the steps of my two left feet again, do you?
Of course. I always enjoy your dancing, Henry.
It's been a while, I suppose.
Hi.
You'll grab her up and start dancing.
Just for old time's sake, let's do the dance off again.
Yay!
Ruth and Henry. Athletics. Athletics average.
Oh no.
So you can spend a strain to get a boost, right?
Yeah, you can.
I did it. Ruth has 5 left feet.
Oh, how times have changed. Tell us what this looks like, as maybe Ruth has said a little bit.
Yeah, Ruth has had a little bit much to drink, so she's tripping all over herself, but grabbing onto Henry, holding on tight, and she seems to be enjoying herself, laughing more and more as she kind of trips all over the dance floor on Henry.
Henry realizes he's not even caring. He's too happy. Ruth is happy as well, so he's actually letting her lead a bit.
She bumps into the cabinet and accidentally causing the china to rattle a bit. Oh goodness! I'm so clumsy this evening.
For good reason.
I can make excuses tonight.
You can make excuses every night. I'm never gonna question that.
She looks back at the others, enjoying themselves. Well, we might have to call it a slightly early night.
Nonsense! This is our night to celebrate! Hawthorne kind of saunters across the dance floor again and spins you and does a little pirouette.
Ruth is just a mess on the dance floor.
The scene switches over to Richter as he has stepped out for a cigarette. And what is going through Richter's mind as he you hear the music from inside very faintly, and you step out into the brisk evening and light up a smoke.
Yeah, Richter steps out, music's still behind him, lightning tunes. He smiles whimsically, thinking about them and hearing the lyrics, and brings a cigarette up to his lips. What I'm assuming is kind of a relatively cold night in the late fall.
Colorado, you never know.
Yeah, never know. 30 or 60, flip a coin, but
Yeah.
relatively cold.
Yeah.
Blows the smoke, and he looks out into the night and stars, and a lot of things run through his mind. If his wife and child are both gone, where they might be if they're not. That the Fuhrer passed away not at his own hands, something that he might have liked to have done himself. He thinks back on his many years in Germany, service. It all kind of comes back whenever he's hearing that the Fuhrer's dead. Starts to see flashes of gunfire, beatings, torturings. And hand starts to shake with the cigarette. Other one gripping the railing. He just kind of fades for a moment into a different place and different time altogether. Looking out at the lawn.
Nice. And you finish your smoke.
He would probably stay out there for a while.
Nice. Okay. All right, what's going on back inside?
Ruth would eventually kind of pull Henry to the side. And though she's very happy, there's a bit more relief on her face. I'm so glad. It's like everything we did before. It's really made an impact.
Yes, that is true. Only wish that I could have seen it, but that old fucker's dead now, at least.
Finally. Maybe Chandra is here. At least to celebrate.
Yeah. We kind of missed you, the old chap there. But hopefully maybe he had a hand in it, maybe. Who knows?
I hope so. Well, we can ask him once he's back.
It's been a while.
It has. A bit more reclusive than he, usually is.
Yeah. But I'm sure he's getting along just good. Doing what he needs to do, I guess. He wasn't going to be the one to settle.
As you say that, the scene switches. To a cell door. In the end, the center does not hold. Pain, time, and fear are applied, and one's convictions slip away all too easily. Take the case of one Chandra Naidu. 3 weeks ago, he departed from the neutral zone on a mission similar to dozens before. Gather intelligence, sabotage, report back. But this time something happened. A misfire at the wrong time resulted in Chandra's capture. In a cell now, water to his knees, cold. Rats steal most of the food his captors bring, and when sleep finds Chandra, he can feel worms and beetles in his collar and hair. It is cold, but not so chilly to kill him. Only so cold that the tip of his nose turns black, and his feet, beneath the water, feel like cinder blocks. No doubt infection has set in, but it won't kill him. His captors take him out from time to time. They warm him up and bandage his wounds. They lance his pustules. They put him to the question. Chandra does his best not to answer, but then remembers his past. He remembers Lao Zen. He remembers his vision of the future. Am I doomed to repeat it? It haunts his mind like a hungry ghost that will only be sated by, "Make it stop." Finally, one day he answers, Where, Mr. Naidu? Where is the man in the high castle? Where is Ruth Wolf, Henry Winters, the treacherous Dietrich and Smith? Where are they? The center does not hold. They're in Colorado. The neutral zone. They're in Cannon City. Chandra Naidu hangs his head. His captors smile like wolves and put him back in his cell. It's likely he'll stay there forever. Now we find ourselves back in the kitchen. Richter is out on the front porch. And at the back door... Hello?
Ruth pauses, talking to Henry, letting him go, and she'll make her way over to the back door. I wonder who that is. I'm guessing it's the one back here.
This one here.
Yeah, she'll go over and... who is it?
Hey, it's Jim. How you doing, sweetie?
Jim?
Jim Hastings from the station.
Oh! Yeah, 1 second. And she'll unlock the door and open it. You know you can just come to the front door.
Oh, no problem. I just brought you some dessert here. And he has what looks to be like a rhubarb pie kind of sitting on his left hand. And he kind of looks in and say, "Oh, nice party you have going on. Did you hear little Stevie's announcement?
Yeah.
Some news, huh? Something to celebrate."
Yeah, part of me is a little bit jealous it wasn't me, but I'm happy all the same. Do you want to come in?
Oh, yeah, certainly, Ruth. Thank you.
Of course. It's a wonderful time to celebrate. She'll step aside, allowing Jim to come in.
And Jim will kind of walk in and close the door behind him, and he looks around at everybody present. Jim likely knows most of the people from town, the station, and the happy music is still certainly going on. And Jim takes his hat off and waves to Hawthorne and the Dietrichs and Henry and Alan. Certainly don't see anything unusual going on. But Jim says, "Is this everybody? Everybody here?"
I think Richter is out front, but no, this is all of us. Come inside. And she'll make her way back over to the table. I think there's a pumpkin pie in the oven. Short but done by now.
I'm just glad you're all here at the same place, Ruth. And Jim drops the rhubarb pie, and in his right hand is a pistol. Because the jig is up. All of you, you're made. You're coming back to the Reich. And he takes his pistol and he shoots a shot in the air. And then you hear glass breaking all around, and you hear heavy footsteps from the back window and from the bathroom. And it's going to be on. What are you guys going to do? Yeah, unless you're going to come with him, we're going to go for initiative. And you would hear that Richter from out front. You'd hear the gunshot and the glass breaking.
Yeah, Richter would blink, his head would move just instinctively, and then our rifles, are they outside?
You guys have 3 story points to spend.
I will spend a story point to make sure that there is a rifle outside that I was just too lazy to take in at the time.
Very well. You have your rifle. Pistols are also in play and that sort of thing. Ruth and Henry.
Yeah, Henry would definitely use a story point to make sure his pistols and
The story point, I'll let you know. You can use one to make sure that, like, oh, I had a pistol in my belt or under the table or something like that.
Perfect. Nothing like using the story point to make sure we're all heavily armed.
That you use that story point. It's on your sheet there. Somebody can use it. Your story point should be set to 3. Hopefully.
It is at
Yep.
0 for me.
You just have to sync it with GM.
Yep, sync the GM.
It is now at 3.
So only one of you has to spend that story point.
I'll do it.
I'd say maybe since Ruth got home right away, kind of swept into doing dinner and such, she always really keeps a pistol on her at all times now, just in case. So she'd have one kind of up the leg.
Come on! Against the wall, all of you!
Jim, I
And from the front room, you hear just rough voices. There, go inside.
She holds her hands up while she goes kind of towards the wall. I'm gonna see if there's anything I can use to kind of, I don't know, distract him. Let me see. A talent of some sort. I'm gonna try and use counter offer to negotiate, Jim.
Got it.
Look, Jean, she'll have her hands up to the side.
Why don't you roll first and then see how it plays out with the RP? And Richter, I'm moving your token just so you can see what's going on. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So you would be able to look in the window and stuff.
As this is going on, Henry's moving around the back and trying to move Francis out of his way so he kind of get a bead on Jim.
What's the difficulty for this?
It's going to be hard with a setback.
Okay. So I do have a setback, but I also have knack for it with negotiations, so I can remove 2 setbacks.
All right, so you have none.
Alright, and I'll use a strain to give myself a boost. Oh no.
You have a ton of advantage, though. So how do you want to spend that?
So she'll still hold up her hands, not being able to get too close to Jim, but try and obscure his vision of everybody else standing in front of him. Look, Jim, we've known each other for, what, months now? Almost years? Why are you doing something like this?
Why am I doing something like this?
Yeah.
I've been here for a long time, Ruth. Longer than you. Do you think that the Reich's eyes don't even extend up into these here mountains where you deviants and miscreants gather like rats in some sewer? These mountains are going to be clean just like the rest of this damned country. Go! Against the wall! Hands behind your back, Ruth!
Well, Ruth's distracted him. Henry's going to use the opportunity to pull out his gun. Hopefully he won't be able to see. And he's just waiting for Ruth to move out the way.
Alright, so you guys will be able to get some free actions here, but she did fail on it. So, Henry has Francis pulled behind him. And Ruth is moving. You're drawing your weapon. I'll give you guys... Do you want to use all those advantages to have like a free draw or something like that?
Yeah. Because she's drawn too.
and I'll let the camera moves to out front, and I'll let Richter have a free action, and then we'll call it even.
Yeah, so Richter has a gun, and he will look into the window, see these 2 German soldiers coming through, and is just going to line up a shot from the porch hugging the wall. Take a shot at the closest one when he can.
It's going to be an average check. Through the wall, you're going to have one setback. Through the window.
Anything for them not being aware of me being there?
Not with a gun. But you can aim. You have time to aim, and then you can spend strain. 2 strain, I believe, to aim again.
No, I'll aim. I'll just aim and fire.
Oh,
So is it a boost for an aim or?
Yep, boost for an aim.
Right.
Oh. His head explodes. So what does that look like as things kick in the high gear? And yeah.
Yeah, Richter just remembers back to the training, and just pulls the triggers, easy trigger pull, very fluid, just like back in the day. And a bullet flies cleanly through the window, smashes in through the side of the German soldier's helmet, him knowing where the structural weaknesses are, as it hasn't changed much over the years, and this one slumps to the floor after hitting the desk from the impact.
Zarius, through the window! And with that gunshot, Jim Hastings is going to roll initiative. I would like all of you guys to roll initiative as well. That is the only thing you have to do off the sheet. Do I need to remind you where you can find it?
Nope.
Weapons, talents, and powers.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's
Yep.
weapons, talents, and powers.
Weapons, talents, and powers.
Are we doing cool or vigilance?
You're doing cool. My little Nazi guy is doing vigilance. And the other people down here are going to do... They're going to do cool. Alright, is everybody rolling?
Yes.
Yeah.
Descending. Sometimes you have to check it for accuracy, though. Yep, this one goes on top of it. 2, 1, 3. All right, PC slot is up first. 1 second, let me put a placeholder down here. Round 1. All right.
Let Ruth go, since she rolled the triumph.
Yeah. Plus I have a talent called Quick Strike, so I get a boost to
Oh, yeah.
any combat check that I make against a target that hasn't gone yet. Yeah, so she'll pull out her pistol very quickly from beneath her dress and shoot at Jim Hastings.
Oh, Jim!
What's the difficulty?
You're at the pistol. You're at close range. It's gonna be easy.
Oh my god.
What do you want to do with the advantage, though?
I'll pass it on to whoever's next.
Okay.
So
There are gonna be 3 NPCs that go.
but she'll shoot towards Jim Hastings as it flying past his ear and hitting to the barrel. Oh, fuck you, Jim.
Bah! So, like, it barely misses. Says, "Never were a good shot, Ruth. Just like your husband. Those are pitiful turkeys." No, I'm just kidding.
How did he know?
We're gonna be giving him buckwheats for our finish.
Jim Hastings simply takes his pistol, says, "Now, step in line." He simply swivels his pistol and shoots at Alan. You see a bullet slam into Alan's chest. And he goes unresponsive over the kitchen table, then slumps to the ground. Francis tries to rush to his side unless she's stopped by Henry. Alan!
Henry's gonna let her go. He's focused now.
Yeah. And she picks his head up, and there's blood just coming from his mouth.
He dies again.
This remaining SS guard, he has his pistol and looks through the window where he saw Richter. say you're like right through this window, maybe. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So he swivels and he takes a shot towards him. You're going to have pretty good cover, I'd say, right? Maybe 2 setbacks, I think. Yeah.
Using my soldier training to hide on that wall.
Yeah. So he's going to aim. It's going to be average with a pistol. He's going to aim for a boost. 2 setbacks. And that's it. Alright, here we go. Misses 2 threat. What do you want to happen with this 2 threat?
Ooh, I have to see what my options are. I mean, let's see.
You could give yourself a boost. You could give him a setback during his next one.
Oh, I'm gonna give myself the boost. I'm trying to be done with him. I'll boost.
We got one more NPC. And I'm going to use a story point. I'm going to use.
There's 2 gyms!
I'm going to use one of my. Yeah, just lazy GMing.
Lazy gymming.
Use GM story point. And not knowing Caroline and Hawthorne were like in the bathroom, this guy opens the door, grabs both of them, and shoves them into the bathroom. Ah! Go with them now! And he's holding the doorway. And that is his action. And I'm using a story point because it's quite a bit to do. And there's a Lebensborn in there that has a pistol to Adams's heads. He's getting them out. All right, PC's up.
Who wants the boost?
Alright.
You want Henry to
go
have it? Henry has the boost?
Yeah.
All right.
So, Jim already went. Alright, Henry's gonna go ahead and, as Francis moves up behind him, he doesn't distract Henry. He already has a beat on Jim for pulling his gun out on Ruth. Feeling a little vengeance in him. What's the difficulty average?
That range, yeah, average pistol.
1 boost.
You get 2 if you aim. 3
yeah.
if you spend a strain, 2 strains, and aim twice.
Why not? We'll do that. So he could have been aiming the whole time.
Spend that strain. I want you to spend that strain.
Do it.
You can have my strain.
I'll add it for you. There you go.
And, oh, yeah, thanks.
Oh! I'm going to keep that bonus on you for the advantage. That's 5 damage. That'd be 8 damage. Let's see what old Jim has. He has 2 soak, so that'd be 6. And what do you want to do with that triumph?
Oh, what can I do with it? I don't think I've ever had a triumph before.
Yeah, you have.
I've never succeeded before.
You could do a crit. You could take a free, not an attack, but a free maneuver. You could pass boost on to another person. You can make something cool happen in the environment within reason. There's a lot of stuff you can do.
Yeah, and I was thinking about the blamer thing. Let's crit him. Let's get him out of the picture.
All right, let me roll this crit thing here. I might just kill him. Let's see. Increase difficulty of all die checks until 1 by this encounter. He's compromised. It'd be pretty tough for him to hit anything now. All right, Ruth, you went first, right?
Yeah.
He must have missed you. The last MP.
No, Ruth went.
Yeah, I went. Victor hasn't
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah.
Richter.
Yeah, I had a free. My shot was a free, but yeah. So
Yeah, okay, that's it.
yeah, Richter will see the other guard with a pistol, and we'll go ahead and line up his shot and take it.
Ruth, I should look over in horrors.
Yeah, now remember, they're interchangeable, so you don't have to go again.
Ooh.
You could have
Um,
Henry finish him off.
Yeah,
or
Henley,
something.
go. You're better at this than I.
Holy shit.
Man,
Welcome to Genesys, y'all.
what do you want to do with the boost or the other stuff?
Oh, I'll be passing boost along.
You can do 4 different ones.
Oh.
Now, how many boosts can I give one person?
I say 2.
So I'll split the 2 boosts then.
Thank you.
I don't know what the rules say, but I say 2. Okay. 2 to Ruth, 2 to Richter.
Yeah.
All right, NPCs are up. Jim looks at Henry and levels his weapon and fires a shot at him. He's going to aim. It's going to be a hard difficulty because of his crit. He'll aim once. I don't think any setbacks. You could use those to give him setbacks.
You could also make Jim drop his weapon with 3 of those.
Yeah, you could. You could.
Ooh, yeah, that's right. Do I? Yeah, it's a retcon though.
Just give 1 to Richter and none
Yeah.
to Ruth. Have him drop.
Yeah, have him drop that pistol over. Vector gets that boost.
So Richter has 1. All right, so you fire at him, you miss, but it hits his pistol, and his pistol scatters across the floor to right here. He's gonna have to go pick it up next turn, and that's what he does during his turn. He runs over here, picks up his pistol, and picks it up, and next round he'll be able to fire. All right, and one of the NPCs is up. You hear screams from out back. as Caroline and Adinson are ushered out the bathroom window. And another PC's up.
Gonna go, Ecta?
Ja. Victor's gonna continue to exchange fire with this this soldier. We'll aim and shoot again.
You already get a boost. Aim. Use that strain, man.
I'm gonna believe in the boost for now. Maybe next time. See.
That's Gandhi.
Nice.
What does that look like?
Yeah, so trading fire with him back and forth. His shots going back and forth. Finally, he's been trying to read the guard, see when his timings are. Each man is a different one. And he sees him stand over the desk and then just
Very long death.
blasters him through the window and the glass shatters.
Yeah, he flies backwards through the window. You hear him yell as he falls down into the ground below.
And then I will go ahead and pass on that advantage to the next PC for a boost.
Right. I think you killed that one. Okay. All right. So one of them up. This guy in the doorway is up, and he posts up and shoots across the kitchen in Henry's direction. Looks backwards briefly as he sees his fellow Lebensborn usher the man in the high castle out the back, and he fires at Henry. Let's see. You're kind of. I'm gonna give you cover. He's going to aim once. Set back. That's a hit. So that'd be six damage. And he's going to give a Jim Hastings a boost next time. What does it look like as Henry gets hit again?
Oh, it just brings back old memories. Henry feels it and winces, and he kind of steps back. You know, it kind of staggers him, and he just kind of just flashes through his head of all the times he's been shot before. So, how much damage with the soak? It'd be
should be so it'd be 5 plus 6, be 6. What's your soak 2?
2.
So 4. It's not that bad.
Oh,
It's not that bad.
just a flesh wound.
It's a flesh wound, son.
Just one of those. I've had those before.
Absolutely.
And then, of course, he snaps back into it and kind of looks over at Ruth and looks over at the guy who shot him.
All right.
Ruth?
Last PC is up, I believe.
Yeah. Ruth seeing Henry being shot, seeing Alan getting shot and maybe dead, remembering that hotel scene, the lobby. That her house is starting to look like this too. She runs over. Yeah, it's PTSD time. Tries not to panic, but she runs over here, aims around the corner, and shoots the one who's shooting at Henry.
Yeah, you're in close range at this point. He's behind, halfway at least, behind the door jamb though. So do what you need to do to hit this guy. And you have story points. 3 of them, in fact.
I'm going to use a story point then. That'll upgrade, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I got a boost from I think from
Richter.
Victor, thank you. So I like that. I'm also gonna take a strain. And I'm gonna upgrade.
And you can boost, and you can aim on your own. Oh, you move though, so
Yeah.
you can't.
Oh, so only just the regular boost?
You would have 2 boosts if you took strain.
Doing it.
Actually, no, that would be like a 5-foot move, I think. Don't you guys think so?
Easily.
You just kind of step to
like
that. Yeah. So I'll let you. You could aim a total of. You could get a total of 3 boosts if you took the strain.
So 2 strain to do aim.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So it'd be 3 boosts, 1 setback, and it'd be easy.
And upgrade for using a story point.
That's correct.
Here we go.
Yeah,
fuck you!
Damage 5.
Let's see what I can do. So I am going to make them drop their weapons. Oh, he's dead! Oh!
Dead.
Fantastic. So I think I'm going to give a boost each to, Victor's not there. Oh, Richter can come in. I'll give a boost to Richter. I'll give one to Henry, and then... so what would count as an immediate free maneuver?
A movement usually, or holstering or drawing a weapon, or you could do other cool stuff if you wanted. I would even let you use one of your social things.
I'm wondering, would it be possible for me to quickly run over here and push this barrel onto the gym?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I'll use the other 2 advantages for that. So she shoots this man.
Why not?
Yeah. She shoots this man right in the face after hitting Henry. And she felt that fear that she felt when she was in the hotel lobby. This time just anger for it being in her own home. Shoots his head just right through the left eye. And she runs over and just pushes this barrel. Having it roll over and smash onto Jim as he stands there.
It's going to do something. I just want to see how much. Give me average athletics with a setback.
Okay. Can I spin a straight?
You can. Ruth has so much strain. She just spends it.
She runs around with
Fuck.
full strain.
Advantage though. So you definitely knock him further over, and he has even a further setback.
I'll actually use that advantage to recover 1 strain.
Got it. So he sprawls back. Kind of falls on his back. He still has his gun kind of pointed up though.
And she looks at him in anger. You come into my home and you attack my guests. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
And 3rd round is up. You're probably going to be able to kill him if you shoot him.
I'll let Henley do this.
It's up to you.
Oh, I guess I could give him. Still the same average, right?
Average, you can move. You can move to get closer. You can move on range band.
Would that make it easy? Would it be
It
close
would.
enough?
It would.
Alright, yeah, I could do that.
He moves about right here.
Well, let's do it. Let's make it a little easier.
Now, you're not going to be able to aim without using strain. But that's fine. Use that strain.
I'll use that strain.
Alright, that brings you to 4.
So that's 2, right? Or one boost for the aim.
It would be 1 boost for the aim.
Gotcha.
Oh.
So
What does that look like?
Henry starts at the wheel and back from getting shot and seeing Ruth take out the one who shot him. Henry says have his gun pointed while he's holding his other, kind of like holding his arm and move over, start walking towards him. He's gonna start shooting as he's walking, and as he gets closer, he just kind of doesn't stop shooting until he runs out of ammo, riddling his body full of bullets.
All the NPCs in the house now are dead. And from out back you hear a car peel out.
Ruth is going to try and run to the back if possible. And shoot at the car as it kind of peels out of the driveway.
Okay. Give me just shoot at, doesn't matter, you can pick any target. Thomas Smith.
Oh.
No, just for target.
Just choose Adam.
Yep. Just do difficult with 2 setbacks. I'm gonna see if you give it a flat tire or not.
So hard?
Yeah, hard.
With 2 setbacks, I'm gonna aim and spend a strain. Can I use your boost there, Henry?
Sure can.
Alright. And 2 setbacks?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use, since no one else is, I'm gonna use a story point.
Make it so.
Oh!
Wash.
Nothing.
Complete total wash.
So she walks out, and hearing the tires peel, she just keeps firing at the truck. She's just not good enough at shooting. None of the bullets hitting the car as it peels out.
When Henry hears the car start peeling away and Ruth start heading out the back to shoot at, Henry's actually going to go the opposite direction and go towards the truck in the front yard.
All right, I'm just going to keep you guys together for ease of visualization. Okay. So you guys are all... So you run out in front.
Yeah, as he's passing Richter, he's gonna come with me. We gotta get to they just took somebody. What was the guy's name?
Abinson.
Yeah, they just took Abinson.
And you see, like, coming from around the back, this pickup truck just fishtail, and you hear as Ruth fires at him, and this car just kind of fishtails down the road. The truck doesn't look to be like it's in much better shape than your own car is.
Yeah, Richter will see it, and look to Henry, and you drive, I'll shoot. And he run to the truck as fast as he can, trying to get in the back of the bed.
And Henry would hurry up and get in the driver's.
What's Ruth doing?
She's gonna come back inside and she's gonna quickly look down at Francis. Is Alan moving at all?
He's quite deceased.
She bites her lip and looks at Thomas. Get her out of here.
Thomas is stark white, but this kid has seen a lot. He acts quickly. Takes Francis, takes anybody else, goes for cover.
Thomas, contact your parents.
He nods silently.
She quickly hurries out the front. And I think she sees Henry and Victor getting the car started up. And she'll quickly run, and she won't hop into the back, like inside the truck. She'll hop into the back part into the pickup part. She'll slap the roof. Go!
Henry would peel out.
And you hear as this starts. Set up the next slide here for y'all.
Throwing curveballs.
Throwing curveballs.
Chase scene.
1960s era chase scene. Beat down pickup trucks.
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be an old lady step in front of me.
Not letting me. Oh yeah.
Unlike Ruth.
Maximum land speed of 40 miles per hour. Or 56 kilometer.
Unfortunately, we do kilometer up in this country. Unlike the fatherland.
Yeah.
Damn Americans.
We like our freedom units.
After all the American boomers died, you want a metric?
Yeah, okay, boomer.
That's alright. Toss those millennials a can opener and see if they know how to work.
Actually,
we know how to work them just fine. That's why we electric ones. My electric one's great.
just let the machine do it.
Yeah.
Are
He's
you trying to say
inefficient.
that? Are you saying the machine is smarter than you are?
I'm saying it's more useful.
Where's my car chase? My car chase.
I don't know, man. You tell me.
I
Give me
don't
the
know.
old lady.
Whatever.
I can. I can tell that old Sim threw a curveball.
It's all good. It's all good.
That's gonna be a swing and a miss there in the neutral.
Let's do.
He expected to stay in the apartment all day.
Oh, negative.
Hold hands.
Trying to find something upbeat here.
You shooting my house? You're going to fucking die.
How about neutral zone rock? That's always good.
C'est bon.
Das ist gut.
And you hung around and bothered me every
Thank you, Stevie.
and I wouldn't
No, yeah, hold on tight if we flip, guys.
that weren't
Yeah,
very
please don't. That means the backpack.
So is Richter.
Oh, like this too? Oh.
Ah, Victor's in the back seat, as I said.
That's right.
Oh my,
Oh, I have this map.
this looks familiar.
That was Assassins last time.
Should we roll the dice and go for a pit maneuver?
Let's
9.
Yeah.
roll initiative again here. It's gonna be cool for everybody.
It is indeed cool.
For sure.
Might not go. I
Cool,
don't think
cool,
mine
cool.
went.
Yours rolled. Yours rolled. You rolled. I don't know if it counted or not. but-
No, I don't think
Got a
so.
1.
Yep.
One PC has not rolled.
Oh, we did. It just didn't show up.
No,
Oh shit, that was me. I'm stupid. I rolled from the.
You rolled cool.
I'm so sorry. I'm
Silly.
sorry. Let me fix.
Hey,
Sweet Jesus.
yes.
Well,
Wait. 2-2.
it's only 2-2.
Huh?
Like sometimes it doesn't put it in the right order. You have to
Finagle it.
you have to
This
That should be
time,
4
don't
for her, right?
count. Apparently.
yeah, 3 for
Alright, 4. Because I rolled 4,
Yep.
and
PC.
then she rolled.
It should be
4.
PC, NPC, PC, PC, NPC, PC. Okay.
I rolled 4. Yeah, I rolled 2 twos.
Yeah, 2-2.
Okay, so do triumphs not count as a success?
No.
Oh, okay.
Triumph
Yeah,
something.
They're like a major advantage or something like that, right?
Okay.
If they're tied, if you tie with somebody else, it breaks a tie.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
All right, who's driving? So tell me what the scene looks like as you guys are bumping down this road. You see in the back here are these two SS guys, and they're looking at you. You can't tell what type of weapons they have though. You see the blonde head of the Lebensborn driving, and like the scene, he has a pistol to Hawthorne and Caroline to their heads as they bounce down the road.
Well, Henry, as he hops in, the radio starts blaring. He does not turn on the lights because he does not want them to see him come.
Nice. Okay. You guys get set back to attacks against you.
Because he's just going to floor it, and we're going to be going over this bumpy road.
He's just going to follow the taillights.
Yep, that's it. Until we get close enough and unleash hell on him.
All right. You guys are kind of in long distance right now. And you guys, whoever's driving, can make some drive checks to like gain ground on them.
Oh boy. Alright. So you want me to do the driving checks now?
No, if you're driving.
But I am. Sorry guys, you guys are going to end up getting spilled all over the
Oh,
mountainside.
probably.
Oh, scheiße.
What's my difficulty?
It's going to be opposed, so just do average. Although he's going to have a setback against him.
Ooh.
How stressful.
Very.
Yep. So what does it look like as you go to medium range? You guys are flying down this road. You pick up some ground.
Keeping his eyes on the road. Henry's actually driving pretty well. He's got the one hand underneath the steering wheel, using it to steer.
And in the back, one of the guard whips out. You see he has a submachine gun, and he just points it at the car. And it's going to be... You're close now, so it's going to be average. And a setback, though, because of the dark. That stars your windshield. You hear it like clink, 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 clink on the hood of the car. With your drive checks, they're going to be harder now. You're going to have a setback against you.
Alright, Henry didn't even dodge for that. He was not expecting to get shot at for whatever reason.
What's going through your mind is like this guy pops up from behind.
Well, when he starts seeing bullets flying, he's just like, well, what's going through his head is if one of them has his name on, it's going to get him. Ducking's not going to help anybody.
All right, Ruth or Richter?
I'll take it. Richter looks and sees a scheiß machine and pistol. He puts a hand on Ruth's shoulder to keep her down a bit. That's your head. And he looks over and sees and go for the tires as they'll beat us in a shootout. And he will lean around the side as the guard is reloading and try to take a shot at the tire. I'm going to aim. I'm going to spend 2 strain to aim again.
Yeah,
and
story
I'll spend
points, right?
a story point as well.
Yeah.
Put them all in my court.
Yeah. Do it.
I'm going to use a story point. I mean, it's simply give you 1, I think, but
Which is all.
aim straight. All of them?
Yeah, I used 2.
You got one back from me. Oh, you used 2.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still showing me.
Yeah, she didn't mark it.
Oh, sorry. I will.
Yeah,
I'll
that's what I was
mark
gonna
it
say. I was looking,
now.
I was like,
I
So
will
it should
mark
be
them
should
now.
be after you use this. It should be what? I should have them all.
you should have all of it, yeah. After she
There's
spends.
a hell.
Yeah, we just freewheeling with our points today.
There.
I get it here.
Just
I
say
Oh.
poke it.
Jesus.
Don't give him 6.
Sorry.
I fixed it.
Jesus Christ. All right. Right, let's try to shoot the truck then. He's going for a tire. Oh god, I clicked on myself. Okay, whatever. Alright.
Yep, so
Should
average.
I just click on does the truck have a profile? Should I shoot it
It
at?
doesn't matter. It doesn't pull anything off of the target.
Okay.
So just
Average.
something average. With the setback, it's harder to hit the tires in the car.
Okay, 2 boost, a setback, and then upgrade
one.
proficiency 1.
Mm-hmm. Come on, baby. Oh,
That's
3 advantage, though.
Get him to drop his weapon!
I shot the car.
Get him to drop the tire.
Missed the tire, but well, it could hit something else.
The gas tank.
Please no. I would say maybe hit the machine and pistol out of his hand.
Okay. So he... Bing! The other one drops it. He's going to have to spend a turn regaining his weapon. And you guys are up.
Alright. So Ruth, she's going to knock Richter's hand off her head. I mean this with you too. And she's gonna shoot at the same tire. I guess you said average?
Mm-hmm. With the setback.
I'll do an aim and a strain. Ugh.
Miss.
I'll give the boost to Henry.
I'll let you guys start marking your own boosts if you want. It's just the blue pip.
Okay.
The guard that dropped his weapons picks his weapon up, and then he aims, and that would be it. The aims can spread across turns. So he picks it up, aims, and then the driver, with all the gunshots going on, it's going to force him to make a driver's check. It's going to be a hard check. Oh, yes! You guys maintain distance. He continues to control his vehicle. He's getting further and further, closer and closer to his destination. And we're going to be back to the top. Alright, PCs are up.
Henry.
Alright, well, Henry's gonna actually try to ram the truck in front of him.
Alright. That's going to be the opposed drive check again. Just do an average drive.
Alright, I'm gonna use my strain to get a boost. That'd be 2 boosts.
I'm just going to roll his first so you can see what you have to be average.
So it's going to be difficult.
Oh, he has you by the
Tiebreaker.
You continue your distance. Let's say you get closer. So you get up into close distance at this point.
Oh shit.
Henry's just smiling at the arm.
He's twisted and turning. But you try to ram him, he just like turns to the side. And you miss and have to fall back at least 10 feet. And PC's up.
Like that?
Yeah. The guy that just picked up his weapon and is aiming, he looks down at the windshield. Right at you, Henry. He's gonna shoot at you.
Hang on, guy.
It's gonna be very tough.
Every time you say that, bad shit happens.
2 setback.
Going to be tough before
Henry
he gets
dies.
riddled with bullets.
It's going to be tough for you to be getting shot in the fucking chest.
A 2 threat. What do you want to do with the threat? So that would be 6 damage for you.
Okay, -2 for the soak, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what do I want to do with that threat?
You get extra maneuver. I'll let you try to make him fishtail again if you want.
Yeah, we'll do that. That'd be perfect.
There's bullets just poured in the cockpit. You're like, motherfucker! Try to hit it again. It's going to be an easy one now, though, since you're in close range. Spend the strain. Spend the strain.
Do it.
This is for ghost shot, right?
So as you do that, this car here, it turns to the side and just roll over. Boom! 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 You see these 2 guards go flying from the back. They get tossed far away. You kind of see them hit trees. Both of them just crack. And now the car's kind of on its side. It's burning in front of you. As your car comes to a stop, what do you do?
Henry is going to sit in the driver's seat because he's pretty shot. He's going to have his pistol out in case somebody starts coming around.
Ruth will quickly hop out of the back and just start running towards the car, trying to get their friends out.
Yeah, when Richter jumps out and is actually coming towards the driver's side of the car to watch the Lebensborn, make sure he's not trying to do anything. And then if not, he'll try to help Ruth with getting them out.
I want both Richter and Ruth to make a cool check. Average.
You know what happened last time I was by a car?
Yeah. Yes, we all remember.
Oh yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Both Ruth acts, then Lebensborn, and then Richter. You see him. He crawls out of the car, starts to turn, pointing his pistol at you. Ruth, what do you do?
She's going to shoot him. Just looks right down at him, trying to pop him in the face. I'm going to use 2 strain for this.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, give yourself an extra boost too, because he's just laying there on the ground in front of you.
Good.
Round. Grace.
What's it look like?
Yeah, so as she looks through her friends who are inside the burning car, seeing the Lebensborn aim a gun at her, she looks down, having her own, aims down with a sneer on her face, You Nazi pigs are disgusting. She shoots without any hesitation.
Car's burning. You see Hawthorne and Caroline barely conscious in the back seat as the flames start to grow higher and higher.
Henry's gonna be yelling to get him out of the car.
Lucy's gonna focus on Hawthorne, getting him out. And she yells to Richter, "Come help with Kaladin!"
Ja, and he will run to start trying to pull.
Just give me a
Ruth,
scene. Yeah, just give me a scene as you pull Caroline and Hawthorne away from the truck.
Ruth, she opens the door, burning her hand in the process, but the adrenaline kicking in. She kind of quickly pulls at the straps, the buckles, unbuckling it and grabbing Hawthorne underneath the arms, pulling him out and dragging him along the ground, kind of the tree line. It's okay, we've got you.
Richter?
Richter takes Karen, come on, Fraulein, come on. And he picks her.
Oh, what happened?
And he'll take her and on his shoulder, quickly bring her over. And Henry, back up the truck. This is going to explode.
Henry would, of course, back.
And as it explodes, you feel the heat and the shockwave roll over you. And night descends in the mountains. And the scene fades up. And we're going to call this a game.
Scheiße.